Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. It is so awesome to be back with you. Well, welcome to Saturday. It is Seance Saturday. And for those of you who are new here, by the way, welcome to our new subscribers. We've had a lot of new people join the last few weeks. Welcome to Spirit Channel. This is our Saturday tradition. We gather on Saturday afternoons or evening, and we have a little seance circle. So I want to invite you all, especially if you're new here, come and join our circle. Now, if you were actually physically in my home, I would put you in a circle here, and we'd sit in a little circle. But you can join our circle virtually. So pull up to your computer, and we're going to have a seance today. Now, for those of you who are saying, well, Bob, what's a seance? I don't understand that. Seance is when we gather as a group. We have a spiritualist tradition here, and we see what the spirit world has. The form of mediumship that I do during our seance is called trance mediumship. I am what is called a trance channel or a channeler. And what happens is I put myself into a trance state, and spirits overshadow my consciousness and body temporarily and speak through me. If you've never seen channeling, it's quite a fascinating experience. It may seem a little strange at first, but don't worry, you'll soon get used to it. And for those of you who've been here a long time, you know that the spirit guides are simply part of our scene. Now, before we get into this, I got a few quick announcements for you. I have now put out a new artwork. That's right. So, you guys ready for the reveal? Da, 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 da. This is our newest painting of the week. It's called Purple Potential. And it's done in acrylics on canvas board. And this is what we call one of my monochromatic paintings. It's only done in one color. It's literally one bottle of purple, not even different bottles of purple, one shade of purple. And it's layered in a way to create different effects of the paint, to show the colors. And it's I think it's kind of a cool painting. So it's called Purple Potential. That's the name of this painting, Purple Potential. So if you like this should be up hopefully later tonight at my website. Go to PsychicBob.com, and when you scroll down the page, midway down, you'll find the painting. And it has instructions how to get your free download. So if you like this, make sure to visit my website, PsychicBob.com, and you can get a free print copy. Just print it out, put it in a little frame, give it as a gift, or put it in your own house. A lot of people are writing me, say, Bob, I have your painting pinned on my refrigerator. I put it on my bulletin board. Or some of you said you framed it and put it on your fireplace mantle. I'm so honored. Thank you so much. So if you like modern art and are drawn to this, you might want to get this painting, Purple Potential, at PsychicBob.com. If you go over there and you don't see it, not to worry. Check back. It will be up, if not later tonight, then early tomorrow. We're trying to get it up. We've just been tied up with a lot. But anyways, this will soon be available for free download. And you can now also get it at my merchandise store in t-shirt form. Look below here, you will see my t-shirt store. If you don't see it, go to my homepage in my channel, Spirit Channel, and at the top there's a store tab. So you can now go see this in t-shirt form and get one if you really like it. I think it's a really cool painting. And hopefully it's translated. It's kind of hard to see on this camera, but it's got a lot of subtle textures and moods of lighting in it. Anyways, I really am proud of this painting. I did a lot of work on it, and I hope you'll enjoy it too. So, Purple Potential. Get your copy today. Also, want to remind you, please don't miss tomorrow night. Sunday night is going to be a special night. We're going to do a live broadcast at 7 p.m. Eastern U.S. time, which is 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 5 Mountain, 4 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to do a live show, Psychic Bob's Sunday Hangout like we always do, but we're going to have a special guest. You guys have been asking for him, and we're going to have back Brian the Medium. And Brian was on a few weeks ago. You guys loved him. He's going to be back. It's Brian Sharp. He's a wonderful psychic medium, very talented, very gifted. And we got the good privilege to have him back on. So be here tomorrow and Sunday. Don't miss it. He and I are going to be working together in tandem, doing live psychic readings for viewers of the program. So if you're here, you can put in a question in Super Chat, and hopefully, you can get some psychic help. So we would love to see you. Come out tomorrow night, Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, to see Brian Sharp. known as Brian the Medium. Don't miss it. He's going to be here live. I'm excited. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and have our trance seance now. By the way, before I get into that, also, look what I'm wearing today. I thought I lost my evil eye jewelry case. I have a whole case of evil eyes, different ones. This is one of my favorite little evil eye charms. This is from Greece, and it's done in silver with little, I think that's zirconias around it. But it's my Greek evil eye. And you know, I'm a believer in the eye. Always keeps me safe and protects me. It is the eye of the great goddess, the eye of the mother who watches. Anyways, just want to show that to you because you're always asking about my jewelry. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring down the lights and we'll go into trance. So just stay with us and I'll be with you in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're taking down the lights. Now, I like to work in soft lighting. And actually, it was a little too dark for you guys to see. I'll just open up just a little bit. Okay. Subdued lighting works best for me. Some mediums work in broad, bright light. Some people work in pitch blackness. We all do different. A soft, subdued lighting, I feel, works best for my channeling. So I'm going to go into trance, and I'll see you when I get back. Oh, there we go. Looks like we're in the medium's body. Well, greetings to all of you. This is Fletcher. Oh, we're so happy to be back amongst all of y'all. Now, a lot of you out there be panicking. We're seeing a lot of anxiety going across the globe here. And we've come to tell you, spirits, you got to have the good faith in your heart. Don't be buying into all that fear stuff. You know, over in the spirit world, we look at the earth and we say, oh, there's a lot of drama going on down there. And we from the spirit world try to help. Do you know over here we've got doctors that are helping to influence doctors and researchers on the earth. So know that all your doctors are being guided by the spirit world. Oh, and I know some of you say, well, my doctor couldn't be because he's an atheist, don't believe in the spirit world. Well, my dear, got to tell you, it's not about belief. The spirit world will help you, whether you're a believer or not. And we're putting a little bit of influence from our side to help battle this virus that's going around and about the earth. So know that the spirit world has taken notice, and we're not leaving anybody, forgotten down there. So know that over here we have a lot of sympathy. Some people think, oh, once you go off to the spirit world, you forget everything and nothing matters. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Over here we have a great concern for life there. Because try to remember that a lot of spirits come from over here and come into the earth. And so we're sending souls down who just arrived. And now we're saying, oh my goodness, did we time it wrong? They're entering into the earth at such a dangerous time. But you know, we've been talking to higher powers over here. You have to understand that in the spirit world, there are infinite levels of knowledge. There are beings even higher than myself, beings that would make your mind spin. And these beings give us wisdom and guidance as well. So you see, we have a continual communication on all levels of the spirit world, and even now down to the earth. So know that you're not alone. We're all watching you, and we're with you, and have no fear. Well, I got a few people who want to be throwing their 2 cents in, so I'll be stepping from the medium's body. This is Fletcher. Over and out. Yes, Fletcher, we have obtained the body. Greetings to all of you. It has been some time since I've had the opportunity to come and speak with all of you. I thank you for your patience as we work things out from our world. As Fletcher has said, the spirit world is very concerned about life upon the earth. Many souls here wish to sojourn into the earth for their spiritual advancement, and some, even knowing the situation upon the earth, have chosen to be born and to enter into earthly life. We find these souls most brave. It is a myth that the spirit world can prevent anything bad from happening. You see, when you enter into the earth, you make your own choices. All of humanity has free will. There will be those who choose paths of destruction and violence, and there will equally be those who choose paths of light and goodness and healing and blessing. The one thing that we of the spirit world cannot go against is the free will of humanity. If a human being chooses to follow a certain path, we shall allow them to it, whether that lead to good ends or bad ends. But know that we of the spirit world are always available to guide and to advise, but only if a soul permits us to come and help them. We cannot force our will or our opinions on others. We can only invite them to consider options. When a soul returns to the spirit world, it reviews its life. And many people say, oh, why did I make that choice? And why did I do this or do that? Our other guides and counselors here are to remind them that their own free will led them to make choices. They were not under the control of the spirit world. That being said, there are souls here that guide and protect you when your choice will have great devastation upon the earth. And know that those who are dealing with the situation of the coronavirus are being led by our world to make the best possible and highest choices, that this will be contained. Do not have fear. Fletcher is correct. We see great fear going up from the earth, and in our world it shines as a radiance of flaming fire, meaning fear and anxiety. It's as if the world is on fire. Now, the world is not literally on fire, nor would it ever be on fire in that way, but it is a sign to us that tensions are rising. It is well for you to remember at this time that though you are the master of your own destiny, you can call for help from the spirit world. If you give us but permission to intervene in your lives, we shall. If you say, spirit people, keep me from going a wrong path, we will most definitely be involved. If you're somebody and you're thinking of doing something destructive, either to yourself or to another, certainly the spirit world will intervene and encourage you other options, encourage you to make choices other than that which you're contemplating. Understand that the spirit world is not here to control you, but only to guide you as you're ready to receive guidance. Some people believe that if you engage in spiritualist practices, that you will become a slave to the spirit world. You will become the servant of forces of darkness and things that will control you. My dears, I can say that nothing is further from the truth. The spirit world exists as it is your home. You come from here, and to the end you shall return here. But whilst on earth you have a temporary veil placed over your mind, that you will forget this place of beauty. If you were to remember your home, you should never be able to bear life on earth, for it is definitely a lower frequency and a lower vibration than what you have here in your natural home. This is why many of you so long to leave the earth. You say, if only I could get out of this mad, mad world. Try to understand that you chose this mad, mad world in order that you would grow your very soul. You've taken unto yourself conditions and challenges that make you test your resolve and your strength. Know that those of us who watch you look upon you with great admiration, great respect, and we find you to be heroes. So, for those of you who find yourself on the earth at this difficult time, know that those of us from the spirit world are guiding and protecting always. The others who wish to speak. My name is Alfred. Greetings, my dears. This is Rose. Oh, it's such a pleasure to be back here with all of you. Do you know, my dears, that when we look upon the earth, we can't see that anxiety rising. So many of you have anxiety and fear now. My dears, do not worry. The worst thing that could happen is that you would die. My dear, but I don't say that lightly. The truth is, no one really actually dies. This is the mistake. We get wrapped up thinking, what if my life should end? My dear, your lives will never end. If your bodily life should end, you will come back here, back home, back to the spirit world. It is your natural home. Some of you say, but Rose, I do not believe in the spirit world. Oh, my dear, I'm not sure I believed in it either when I was on the earth. Yet the fact remains that I ended up here. You see, all souls eventually find their way back. Now, some of you are going to say, I don't know that, Rose. I live in a home that has hauntings, and there are trapped souls and spirits wandering about, creating a mess. My dears, even those souls, the ghosts as you call them, they too shall find their way back home. I find it so interesting when I stop in on the earth and visit certain peoples that I used to know. Sometimes I will appear to them in a physical way, and they will scream and say, oh my heavens, it's Rose. She's back from the dead. She's a ghost. All I'm stopping in is for a cup of tea, and yet they act like I'm the worst thing they've ever seen. My dears, try to understand that no one really dies. So if you've lost someone, dear, and you're thinking, I'll never see them again, well, banish that thought from your mind. Banish it immediately. Know that all that is required is that you have a heart that wants to reach out and speak to the spirit world. If you make yourself available, then we shall be available to you. We, as Alfred has said, and Fletcher has also said, cannot intervene in your lives unless we have permission. If you want to have a closer rapport with our world, then simply call upon us and say, Rose, you have my permission to come and speak to me. Alfred, you have my permission to come and speak to me. And if you put out your permissions to the cosmos, to the spirit world, there are many souls here who will eagerly come and fulfill your requests. Now, we're not genies in a bottle that you conjure up and demand all sorts of luxuries from. No, that's not how the spirit world works. But we will protect you in times of danger. And if you are stuck on your life's journey, we shall come and gently open the path for you to move forward again. We love all of you, and we are tasked to see over you, to protect you, to make sure that you do eventually, my dears, come home safely. And you'll see that is all really that death is. It is the return home, to your true home. Now, so many earthlings get caught up saying, oh, I have a beautiful home, I have fine clothes, I have lots of money in the bank, believing that this is reality. My dears, you're away on a summer camp. Where you are is not your permanent home. Your permanent home is over here. This is why Jesus said, you know, my vicar used to preach in the church. I was in the Church of England, and used to say, Jesus said, he used to quote Jesus, and Jesus said, do not lay up for yourselves treasures upon the earth where moths can decay and where robbers can come and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven where neither moth nor thief can destroy. Do you see what Jesus was saying, my dears? That is your true home, your true treasures is in heaven. Now, don't discard your material life here thinking, well, I shall kill myself and be done with it. No, no. The earthly life is very valuable, but it is in a way camp. It is, if you might think of it, a boarding school. When one goes to boarding school, some of you have children I know in boarding school. You send them away for a semester. At the end of the semester, they come home, don't they? And they're back home and the family life resumes. And while they're away, it's not that you don't love them. You love them even probably more. You think of them, you pray for them, you look after them, you keep their picture close to your hearts. My dear, it's the same with us over here. So many of you on earth who are our students, our pupils. We encouraged you to go into the earth. We said, there, be of good cheer, dare to go in. And you have an entire cheering section over here in the spirit world that brings you help when you need it, but can only help, my dears, if you will let us. So today, consider that your life on earth is a boarding school. You're away only for a term, and then you shall return home. This concept of death is only a transitioning through the veil. It is not the ending of consciousness. Unfortunately, my scientific minds got together and they decided that, well, if the body does not function, then there is no life, no soul. They're only looking at it from the material place. It is the souls of the spirit. It cannot necessarily always be quantified in, calculations and physical measurements. but it is the true self that is abiding and eternal. So each of you carry a soul. You will never die. And this life is your boarding school. So why, my dears, you're away from home. Enjoy yourself, have fun, learn much. But know that ultimately someday you'll come home. And you'll have loving parents here to greet you. And all your friends and deceased loved ones and pets will all be here to greet you. So have fun while away at your boarding school. Do not give in to fear, and let us help you through your days. Fletcher says our medium's power is starting to wane, so I shall not beleaguer the point. But I do thank you for receiving me, and I do hope you will call upon me. Say, Rose, come and help me. Fletcher, come and help me. Alfred, come and help me. All of us will be at your side, leading, guiding, and blessing you along your journeys. Oh, my dears, the power is starting to fade. I do feel myself going now, but I send you all my very best, and I do hope that we shall talk again soon. And do please call upon me, for my name Tubies, well, I'm back from channeling, and I always feel so good after I channel. You know, that close contact with the other world really gives life force and power to me. A lot of you always say, Psychic Bob, we found out how old you are. How do you stay so young? Well, I think talking to the spirit world keeps one young. So bring some energy into your life. Spend time in meditation. Commune with the spirit world. Just start talking to them. You know, start the dialogue. They'll talk to you. You'll see in time that I'm right. Well, guys, listen, thank you for being here. Listen, if you've had fun, oops, hold on, let me find it here. If you've enjoyed this, make sure to help me out. Give me thumbs up, like this video, favorite it, share it with your friends, hit subscribe, be part of our channel. Pop over to my website also and check out my books. I'm a published author. I got some glare. This is one of my books, Messages from Rose. That's my spirit guide, Rose. You can get that over at PsychicBob.com at my bookstore. But check out my books. We've got that over there. We've got, oops, I'm dropping stuff here. Ouija Mysteries, the Spirit Board Seances, and other books at my website. And while you're there, check now. It may not be up till later, but you know, if you don't see it now, check back, and you can get Purple Potential today, hopefully later today or early tomorrow at PsychicBob.com. For those of you who hadn't had a chance to get Blue Reality, that's this past week's painting, it's still up for a little longer. So if you haven't got it, go get it, because in the next few hours we're going to switch, and hopefully we'll have a Purple Potential. Purple Potential is the name of this one. So check it out, and visit my merch store and get your free, or at the merch store you can buy a t-shirt for, not free. The print will be free at my website, but the t-shirt you got to pay for. But guys, this is so great. Thank you for being here. Listen, if you're sitting around your house quarantine and you're going in a mental stew, why don't you unburden some of that pressure? You know, why don't you call me for a psychic reading? So many of you have been calling saying how much I've helped you through this challenging time. So please give me a call at my office number, 703-825-3929. Get on my schedule for a private session. You know, private reading is a full hour. It's you and me one-on-one. And if you've ever said, gee, I would love to just hang out with Psychic Bob for an hour, learn about my soul journey, get my psychic questions answered, well, then you might want to book a private reading. You know, I always say a private reading is an investment in yourself. So please check me out. Visit my website, PsychicBob.com. If you want to call me, here's my phone number. This will also be in the box below if you forget it. So call me at 703-825-3929. Again, 703-825-3929. That's my number. Give me a call, and we'll find a way to get you on the schedule. I do have a few openings for this upcoming week. Let's see what we can make happen. By the way, I do my private readings by telephone, by Skype, or by Google Hangouts. So we'll find a way to connect. So check me out, and I'll look forward to be here. I look forward to hearing from you. I can't talk. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. I love you. Listen, now make sure to be here tomorrow and Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern U.S. time, and whatever time zone you're in, for Brian the Medium. Brian Sharp will be with me, and he and I are going to be working in tandem, doing live psychic readings. You don't want to miss it. Make sure to be here. You guys rock. I love you. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. And until then, may all of you always, what do we say? Blessed be.